and welcome to another episode of Aurogiri. So, you guys probably noticed there's a trend now that ever since November, December, ever since we merged with JP, basically whatever JP gets as an update, we follow suit with that update within 2 to 3 weeks later. Like, it's been pretty consistent. So there is a lack of, we get a bit more foresight into how things go, like, because we used to look at PC and be like, are we getting that? And it's like, hey, they just got something really cool. What do we get? You get a rerun of Luna. Cool. You know, like, we were really at the mercy of the English team's discretion. But nowadays it's pretty clear, like, whenever JP's like 2 weeks ahead of us, maybe 3, like, I think it was a 3-week at one point for the Makami thing. Anyway, so the next thing on the menu, and I remember when we were doing this event before, like, I looked at the exchange shop and I'm like, this isn't gonna take like years to do. Like, it wasn't like the Makami event where there was so much stuff. Like, this exchange shop, if you wanted to blast through it, you could absolutely do that. Within the next week, most people who are just using their energy, like, pretty, just regimentedly, like, on a schedule, just, oh yeah, use my energy, get my achievements, and then go do something else. Those people are probably caught up. They've got their scrap, they've got their mag powders, lots of stuff. So, and in that stream, I mentioned that, like, yeah, they could probably fit a Purg in here, it'd be no problem. Just like the Honda event. You wake up early enough before you go to work, whatever. You use your energy to get restores and stuff from the achievements, and then later on you do your Purg, and you get, you have energy to do it with. So basically, like, this building up of energy is, good. It's great. So what's coming next is Gakuhoe Purgatory. And this is a big Purg. It's not, it's definitely, for a lot of people, it's like what they wanted instead of Tensho. Like, Tensho might have been the least desirable, but at the same time, I saw so many people with Tensho weapons. Like, that was our, like, second Purg with Tenosi restores. It was Lucifer than Tensho. And, yeah, like, people are excited for Purgs now. Like, with Tenosi restores, like, it's actually something we can afford. Like, it's like before when you always go to, like, McDonald's or the dollar menu or Wendy's or whatever, and then, like, you see, like, this other country where they get to, like, buy food for, like, 1/3 the price, and it's like, what the fuck? But now we finally get to go to the big table and just, like, get all the good, delicious stuff for, like, 1/3 of what we're used to. So, with Tenosi Restores, like, Purg is on a lot of people's minds. Like, it's exciting. I mentioned this in the last stream. It's like an event. Like, when a Purg comes out, you get the boys together, you get your group, everybody teams up, and you figure out the best way to fight it. You see how much you've improved since the last time you fought it. And it's like an adventure. It's like you just spend the whole weekend or whenever you got off, you just go and you play. And then it turns into a chore, but, you know, it's still a fun time. Like, I get to play with so many people because we actually have a goal in mind. Like, there's so many people that we'll just play, we'll team up, we'll talk, we'll get into party chats we don't normally do. It's like a big event. It's really fun. Now, mind you, it's an expensive thing, but if you want the Ogi, you can pretty much get it for free. 1,000 treasures, that's like 25 runs. You could do that. And that's hell. Like, you don't even factor in Oni mode because you never know how that shit's gonna go. So, Gakuhoe Purg's coming. That's a wind mountain weapon. The exact same elements as the Grace weapon. So, if you're someone who doesn't already have a Grace, it's the exact same elemental combination. Wind, mountain, 60-60, and so on. The Magatamas are also available, as is the Gakuhoe Purgatory Oki, Gakuhoe Wave 7. That move is really laggy. It's way laggier than the fire one because it summons, like, a bunch of, like, huge-ass rocks. It's a really good move. I like it. But Gakuhoe Purg is actually, there is a lot of support for this type of weapon, for these Magatamas. Basically, I'm wearing one right now, but just on the concept of it, Magatama of Incredible Winds. This is the Fujin Magatama. Now these mags, the horse mags, they're 45 chakra basically. You can do whatever you want to them. You could do triple crit. You could do Mushu Fushu. Whatever you want. I stick to the 55 chakra meta. Save my leftover chakra for a good fourth mag. So what I've done to mine is I've gotten it 2 Mushu Fushi rolls, and it got extra mountain. And it actually got a lot of rain, so that just became a triple element mag for me. But basically, yeah, I've made mine into a 50 wind mag and a 69 mountain mag. Basically, the Fujin mags directly support the Gakuhoe weapon. It supports the Gakuhoe Ugi. Wind, mountain, there's mags that literally support it. Like, these mags are used for KG. Like, KG is like wind, mountain fire. So, like, basically, it's you're gonna have your own little KG weapon on your hands. So the effects of the weapon, it's basically if you took a regular Revolutions weapon, you just swap the elements around. That's exactly what it's gonna have. So I'm just gonna go through that. So it's gonna have a bonus of 2 damage, and that's the biggest thing about the Gakuhoe, or not the Gakuhoe, but the Revolutions weapons, as opposed to any other damage multiplier in the game, is that they have a bonus of 2, whereas the other weapons have a bonus of 1, let's say, and a bonus of 1 is like 1.5 mil, and then a bonus of 2 usually is like 2.5 mil extra damage. So if you trigger both procs and you have enough element to satisfy their proper damage, you might see yourself doing like 14 million on a move that would do damage cap, let's say. Or if you're just doing a bunch of, like, you'll get extra 2 mils every time it procs, basically. So there's 2 of those at a rate of 30%, so 60%, overall, 2 independent 30s, which is always good. That's going to be a value of wind and a value of mountain. It states that if your HP is more than 70%, you will get 10 critical. Congratulations. If your HP is over 50, so if you're over half, you get 20 crit. And if you go under half, all it is if you go under half, you lose 20 crit. That's all it says. Like, it words that in there at the back, but that's generally the understanding of it. And then if you go under half, you gain 30% physical defense and magical defense. It can put you to defense cap if you have, like, Kodonoa mags, things like that. I've seen it happen, which is 60k, by the way. Then it also has a static 10% magic defense and physical defense bonus, which is always active. They have 30 crit force, which is really huge. Like, that's like, you just wear this weapon, you're at 2.0. 200 crit force, so double damage on crit. 30% attack, just irregardless, no conditions. 70 skill force for the weapon type you create. 70 skill force, 30% attack, like 30 crit force, defenses. Then you get like 50 to your physical element for spear bow, it's pierce. For sword axe, odachi, it's slice, and then wand and staff, it's impact. So 50 element like that, and then it's like 80 element to like it's going to be 80 wind, 80 mountain, irregardless, and then it's going to have negative to the rock paper scissors of physical elements that your weapon doesn't like. So like for me, it's like I get pierce as a spear, and then I get negative impact, and then let's say a sword would have plus slice, negative pierce, and a wand would have plus impact, negative slice, let's say. Then they also have negative 100 to each of the elements that the Dragon Arc is weak to. So Tensho is weak to wind, or he was weak to rain and dark. So these have negative 100. This weapon has negative 100 rain and dark. The Gakuhoe weapon's going to have negative 100 rain and negative 100 ice, because that is Gakuhoe's weaknesses. So usually there is a duality between mountain and wind, or no, mountain and ice, and mountain and ice, and rain and wind. I don't know, it's weird. Usually wind and mountain are opposites, so that's why Gakuhoe is kind of weird. And then it clearly states critical minus 20, which just fights against the crit you gain. So as I said earlier, they could have worded this so much differently by just saying if you're under half, you lose 20 crit. That's like you just lose the crit that it gives you. So like, yeah. Then you have all the smelting bonuses that happen from building up the weapon. So to reiterate, it has 2 damage multipliers at a value of 2 times, and then it has you get 20 crit over half basically, and then you lose 20 crit under half. Then you get 30% to both defenses when you go under half. It gives you 70 skill force, 30% attack, 30 crit force, 10% defenses, 50 to your physical element, and then 80 to each of the element on the weapon, and it'll be wind and mountain. That's what the Gakuhoe weapon's going to have. In my opinion, I think these weapons are the best weapons in the game. Lucifer weapon is still a good weapon. For holy, it does have a bit more holy than the Tensho. But generally, yeah, the Dragon Arc, the Revolutions are way better than the Gargoyles. If you had to choose a Purgatory, minus the exception of Sleet having the only ice multiplier that's not Darkfin, so there's that. I'm going to be going for it. I don't know if it's going to be... It's not going to be tomorrow. It's not going to be tonight. Like, it's going to be, like, next week, the week after. Because I think this is the second week of Amakusa Shiro's event. I don't think it's tomorrow. No, Japan's just getting it. So it'll probably most likely be next week we get it, or maybe the week after. But be on the lookout. It could happen whenever. So I think it's going to be exciting. The mags, I can show what the mags do for those curious. I'm in Kyoto, so like everything's like spread out. Because I know I was talking to some people about this before, and like they were interested in the mags, and like one guy's like, I'm gonna go for the mags, and I asked him, do you have any of the mags already? He's like, no. I'm like, oh shit. It's very hard to like one round a mag, because you need like 3 of the baby mag, 2 of the hard mag, and 1 of the hell mag. It's very hard to one round that on a perk. I think I just go to production costs and it'll show up. Yeah. So Revolutions mag, which I do have all the mags, I guess. No, I don't. The problem is I only have 1 bolt mag. But the game thinks I have 2. Like, because you have 1, it shows 2 there. But I don't have all the stuff for it. So basically, you need 1 of the Roar. Then you need 2 of the middle form mags, the 2,000 treasure mags. So normally this mag goes for 8,000 treasures, but you can get it in Oni mode rewards or Hell rewards. These ones go for 2,000 treasures. You can only get 1. And you can get them in hard or Oni mode. I got mine, and I bought mine, I think. And then the baby mag, which is the normal one, you have a chance of getting it on normal or Oni mode. I did get one on Oni mode back when I ran it. And I believe I do have 3 of them, yeah. I should favorite one of them. Okay. The mags take the same thing as the weapons. You're going to need 70 of the rubies, which is the hell blue drop, fittings, which is the hard blue drop, and like 300 fittings and 500 daggers. The first 2 words doesn't really matter, like Purgatorium, Tenryus, whatever. Like, it's going to be Purgatorium, Gakuhoes, or whatever they want to call them, dagger, fitting, and ruby. So it's the same for all of them. So 70 of the hard drop, or the hell drop, 300 of the hard drop, and 500 of the normal drop. Generally, you just run hell or Oni hell in combination until you get your 70 rubies. And by then, you should have 300 fittings by that time, and then after that you just spam normal to get your daggers. However, if you're someone who wants to get like 2 weapons or a weapon and a mag or whatever you're doing, then you don't even run normal. You just run the hell out of rubies till you have 140 of them. And I did have to get 140 of them last time. I got 153 because I made 2 weapons because of shenanigans. Lara bought the wrong recipe, so we just kept running, and I made 2 weapons, so it's not that bad. In terms of OC commitment, you do have to boost every time you run. Like, if you're doing, like, generally you should run dragon, like, anything that takes energy that you're farming a lot of, you should use a boost for. Generally, if you're boosting for this, sometimes it's as low as, like, 2 rubies an hour, and sometimes it's, like, 10 rubies an hour, but it's like, it can be kind of crushing, honestly, speaking from experience. And those of you who did run in the past, they know what it was like. I did find the it wasn't crosses, but the halos for Lucifer. I felt they were way more generous with halos than they were the rubies. That's how I felt at least. But yeah, so the mag takes 3 of the normal mags, 2 of the hard mags, and 1 of the hell mags. So in terms of zenith medals, it's 9,000 to get your recipe, and then it's like 50 for the baby mag. You can only get 1 of each of these items. It's 2,000 for the mini mag, and it's or the hard mag, and it's 8,000 for the hell mag. And hopefully you'll get one on in your hell runs. But I'll tell you right now, I ran enough to make 2 weapons. I only got 2 roars in reward ever. And I did use it once. It was kind of cool. The mag itself, I can read its description for you, and again, just switch around the elements. So the mag is a 50 chakra, 11 purity, triple ornamentation slot Magatama. Are awesome. I really do. I don't know if I'll go after this Magatama per se. I know that when Osame comes, I really want to hit that really hard. The Gakuhoe, because Fujin mags exist, it would be really powerful. It would blow Fujin mag out of the water. But because they exist, like I don't really see myself going after this one. It really depends how like the drops go and things like that. But what it does is it's 150 skill force unconditionally for your rank 4 plus skills. I don't know why it's rank 4. No one uses rank 4s unless it's like Sword of Avidya, and it just doesn't exist in rank 5. So it's going to give you 200. It has a stipulation of, and I'm going to just adjust it for Gakuhoe because I don't have the Gakuhoe recipe, obviously. But it's going to be like if win 200 or more, you get 2,000 extra attack, flat, and that attack is a flat attack bonus, so it is affected by attack percentages after. So that's something to keep in mind. Just like if you use like a Tempest or whatever. So basically, if your wind and your mountain are 200 or more, you're going to get 2,000 attack per. So 4,000 attack if you have 200 of each element. And then if your element is 230 or more, you will gain an additional damage multiplier at a bonus of 1 at a rate of 10%. So basically you'll get 2 more 10% damage multipliers. Is 10% a lot? 10% is what the Day 10 Ryu weapons have, and those proc very often depending on your how much multi-hit you're pumping out. So if you're using even their own waves, or for spear, if we're using Water Dragon, Whirlwind Thrust, anything like that, they tend to proc very frequently. So like the dream for me would be like for a certain build that I would want, because I'm really close to making the Tensho mags. Like what I wanted to do was I wanted to wear 2 Tensho mags with 3 triple faded, like perfect triple faded, like 7-8 crit HP SP, like, and basically just as long as I get like 7-8 crit and HP, like that's fine. HP SP, whatever, just a mixture of it. But 7-8 crit a roll plus like an HP stat or whatever. Like I want 3 of those times 2, so 6 rolls of that gives you like 50 plus crit. And then I want to wear like a Chiami with like double like crosswise maze, like 30 plus fire, 30 plus holy. That way you hit those 230 thresholds, and then you have a 4th mag, which would be like a Senryu with like triple unblinking eye, so you get like 45 crit force out of it, because these mags don't give you crit force. But I think, like, I was talking to people about it, and it's like, it's such a cool build where it would like give you like plus a weapon, you're looking at like 6 damage multipliers, and you've got like a healing factor, and you have like 50 plus crit, and you have like 235 crit force, something like that. Plus your weapon. The weapon does have 30 crit force, so you'd be looking at like 270 crit force. You'd be like 30% off max stat for like everything while having everything, and it would just be such a fun build. But to finish, what it does, the mag. So basically, if you have 230 of each of the corresponding elements, you're going attack and 2 damage multipliers at a rate of 10% each. They do proc very frequently. It also gives you 60 wind and 60 mountain, 10% HP, and then it's going to have negative 100 rain, negative 100 ice, negative 50 SP reduction. So it's going to make your skills cost more, like 50% more per skill. So yeah, if you had 2 of these mags, your skills are going to cost double the SP, so you need to make sure you get some SP rolls somewhere, or use a weapon with SP reduction. And then they also decrease weapon durability reduction by 50% per mag, so it's kind of like a knowledge. We've all been there. And as we all know, these work on Vanguards, so that is like, durability doesn't mean shit, basically. But basically, these mags would allow you to have damage multipliers on a Vanguard, and that's huge. Like, Wind and Mountain would, like, imagine Miyamoto Sepulcher with damage multipliers. So instead of, like, 5 9s, you get an extra 2, 4 million, 3 million, whatever it was, per tick. Like, you start to see things like that, and you don't even have to correspond with the element. Like, even if you just had enough element, you'd be fine. Like, Honda is Mountain. You could use her laser beams and add in some extra damage numbers in there. Yeah, for sure, for sure. Like, anyone who's truly multi-hit really takes advantage of these mags. Like, I remember talking about it once where, like, if you had a character like Sugamo, who is very forgotten, who just shoots bullets. Like, you can shoot so many, I can shoot so many bullets with Sugamo that I can, like, lag out people. Like, her combo count will hit 999 in, like, a minute, not even. I mean, even Hideyoshi, I think she's wind. You could probably try to do damage with her, if she really hits as many times as she wants to. But yeah, these are mostly geared towards multi-hit. But Sugamo can hit so many times that, like, Sugamo's shots, let's say they did like 1,000,000 a tick to an enemy weak to pierce, and then you just have these multipliers on, and it's just like, oh, I used to do 1,000,000 a tick, now I'm doing like 5 to 6 million a tick, and I'm hitting you like 100 times in like 10 seconds. like, like, oh my god, you just shit on the world. Like, I love these things, these mags, but they take a lot of farming, and they usually take multiple rounds with the Purg because of how achievements go and the exchange shop. So that's how the mags go. They are purity 11, so you can do pretty much whatever you want to them. I've said how I want to build them, but I don't think I'll be going for the mag for Gakuhoe, just because we have lots of wind mountain options at this point. Mountain's not really Spear's strongest point. Like, we can use it. Like, Stone Spire Bear is pretty fun. And it's going to be awesome, but it's just, I'd rather save my resources for, like, Aosame mags. I want, like, 2 Aosame mags. Hell yeah. 2 Aosame mags, Rain Lightning Chiami, and then that Senryu I gotta get. Like, I think that's the best way to go about these mags. Because you have to hit those element thresholds, or else they're just like, what are they? They don't do anything. If you don't hit those element thresholds of 200, if you're not hitting 230 element with this mag, like, you're not using it correctly. So, like, in that regard, like, unless you have overlap, like, you could get the Gakuhoe mag and then Mushu Fushu or whatever, make it work. Yeah, Purg is coming, yeah. And then you could make it work with 1 Revolutions mag for Gakuhoe, because horse mags already exist. You can just pop one of those on, ornament it in such a way that it has, like, enough, like, you can get it to, like, 60 wind, 60 mountain. You can do that and, like, replicate it. So there's that. So you really could actually do Heaven Dragon Magatama, or not Heaven Dragon, but you could do, like, Gakuhoe Revolutions mag, Horse mag, and that, like, Fujin mag, and then you could just, like, do the build and have a lot more chakra or something, and it would give you extra crit force. So that is an option. Like, it is an area where you don't need 2, but obviously having 2 would be better. But it is something to consider, because it's like with the Heaven, there's nothing else that's fire holy. Like, that's just a foreign concept. And then with even Aosame, there's nothing water lightning besides itself, so it's really hard to do that. But with Gakuhoe, you could do it with 1 mag for sure. So is it next Thursday? Possibly. So we've had the current event with Shiro. I think we got him last week. We're on week 2 right now. So chances are, if JP's just getting this, okay? So JP's just getting this today. So I think they have it right now. Thursday going into Friday. Yeah, they had the maintenance last night. And there's also some My Room stuff. I mentioned that earlier. I think I did, but there's some My Room stuff. They looked at the surveys and they're adding more My Room stuff. I saw a picture. They had Miyamoto in the room. I would have preferred that to be Chifuri. Like, that seems to be the biggest consensus from our side of the world. That we want Chifuri in our room, so we can just get everyone in our room and just run domains and dungeons right from there. So I don't know when the purge is gonna come, but you definitely do have, like, either like we get a surprise update tonight, or it's gonna be next week or the week after. So you have time to prepare. Gakuhoe is weak to Gakuhoe is weak to water and ice, so consider that. I was asked if the new Vanguard is going to be good on Gakuhoe. Type-wise, I don't have Amakusa Shiro, so I don't know his typings. I've seen pictures. I believe he's good against monster type. And all the Dragonarchs are monster type. All the Gargoyles are beast type. So that's generally the divide of what works and what doesn't. And then you just have anomalies like Honda that just curb stomp shit. Anyway, I'm not sure of Honda's validity on Gakuhoe because the move that we used on Tensho, Raiden, is a mountain move, but it's mostly just using the cannons to do damage. Generally, every time you use it, you pump out 50 million damage from the cannons alone. Everything that your stabs do is just extra credit, like 3-4 mils, whatever. But he's going to resist mountain really hard, and they're the wrong typing. So using Honda might result in seeing like damage cap 2 mil, damage cap 2 mil, damage cap 2 mil, damage cap 2 mil, like every hit, like between the cannons and her actual stabs. So it'll probably work, but it's not going to be as fast as Tensho, because Tensho was kind of like neutral to mountain, sort of felt like it, or at least Honda anyway. So what Vanguards really work? The first time this is not the first time I fought Gakuhoe. Me and some friends, me, Evo, G-Botch, Vlex, and Snow, we had done the 25 hell runs back in the day, like before Honda and stuff. One of its during, I think, its first run or second run, I don't remember. And I had used, I remember that I think some of us used Genbu. Genbu did work on Tensho really well. Genbu is neutral to monster, but she does have range. She does have decent range, so basically any of your rain ice Vanguards are going to be fine. Me, myself, I used, where is she? Sugamo. Sugamo came out of the woodwork for me. She was awesome. Like, some of us tried to use Shikibu because of Shikibu's ice. I found she was kind of subpar against Gakuhoe. Some people used her, for sure, but I felt Sugamo really surprised me with her, and it led to me having the moveset of just Blue Moon Falling on every weapon, and you just go Blue Moon Falling, switch, and basically all that is like 2 damage cap, 3 damage cap, 2 damage cap, 3 damage cap, 2 damage cap, 3 damage cap, in rotation, just forever until you run out of SP, which was usually like a full cycle of him coming up and down. So it was like 50 mil, like boom, 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 boom. Like, it was really nice. We got through the runs pretty quick, like 3-4 minute runs. And that wasn't first aid fill, that was just going out and filling up on crystals and just playing the game. And we were doing like 3-4 minute runs back then. Yeah, right on. Yeah, the Ogi is really cool too, as I said. Like, the Ogi does mash well with, like, if you already had a Grace weapon, like, it's like, Oro, if I have a Grace weapon, do I need this weapon? My answer is probably not, but you probably really should get it. Like there are some moves, like if you on a Grace, you can use like Whirlwind Thrust Sublime and do damage cap every hit on the right enemy, and that's fine. Is this weapon going to do more damage? Yes. But it's not going to be that big of a margin, but it's still really powerful. And like, if you were someone who was wanting to make a Grace and you can't because Elios isn't around, or you wanted to make the Chaos weapon, this is, and Elios isn't around, this is your best bet, absolutely, for Wind and Mountain, for sure. But some Vanguard recommendations. If you do have Sugamo, she's really awesome. Just spam Blue Moon Falling and Triple Aegis. Like, give yourself invincibility to a couple hits, and then just spam, like, get used to pushing, like, down circle, down circle, down circle, or whatever, just to go through ovens really fast, because you skip animations. Like, boom, 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 boom. Blue Moon Falling was awesome. I have a clip somewhere. I don't think I had my PS5 at the time when Gakuhoe was out. I think I did, actually. I don't remember. I think we did. But anyway, there was one run I just helped people out with. We did like a minute, like 40. Like Gakuhoe just didn't go up. It was awesome. But Sugamo, definitely a good recommendation because of, you basically just want something that's monster, that has rain, that's good to monster and has rain or holy, or rain and ice. So you can actually just go in there and Icicle Punishment, like, it works. You'll be fine. Like, if you can give yourself an ice build that's not negative wind, that's not negative mountain, which is not hard to do, per se. Like, if you used Raijin Mags, you'd probably be fine because you're giving yourself mountain and ice, so it gives you a little bit of defense. And you just, if you had Icicle Punishment, you just go in and spam Icicle Punishment. Like, that's fine. Icicle Punishment, like, I didn't have Ice Dragon Spiral the first time Gakuhoe was around, so I might be going in with an ice build as opposed to a rain build, whereas I used a rain build for Tensho. I'm probably just using the Dark Fin and my Lucifer weapon that has ice on it. I might use, I think Frozen Hell's a negative mountain for some reason, but we'll see what I use. But Sugamo definitely kicks ass. Who else is good to monster with those elements? Keiji is strong to monster. We did end up actually using Keiji on Tensho last time, despite her not having anything good to Tensho. We just used the mountain weapon. So you might end up just seeing a bunch of Keiji squad, which we call it. They're going to be strong to monster. You'll probably just end up using her fire weapon, because you can't use the wind weapon and you can't use the mountain weapon, obviously. But for those who have Keiji, you might want to just try the fire weapon. You don't want to use the all weapon. That's just gonna be a folly, because he's just gonna resist all your elements. So if you do plan on trying out Keiji, fire weapon, you have to have the fire weapon. Basically, you must be at that like 3 scroll level. You can't just like 1 scroll that shit. Maybe you can. Maybe the damage is decent, but I can't see it. I can't. Shikibu is strong to monster. You can use her for ice. Like, you can do that. And she also has Suisen, which is the flash retribution that hits twice, 2 damage caps from very far away. Shizuka's weak to monster. It's not an option. Honda works despite her typings. It's just attack mode. Genbu works with rain. Just be careful you don't get run over. Happens all the time. Who else was there? Wind and rain. So, in terms of Amakusa Shiro, if he's going to be useful, he might be. He might just have, like, god tier damage that's just damage all the time. But what I know of him is he uses mountain, he is negative wind, and he has holy. Like, he doesn't have a clear advantage against Gakuhoe. I can't remember what Gakuhoe's crystals are weak to. I doubt it's wind, but I don't remember what Gakuhoe's crystals are weak to. I'm sure we'll figure it out, but it could be ice, could be something. I don't remember, actually. I know Asami's are weak to wind, but I really don't remember what Gakuhoe's crystals are weak to. We just beat the shit out of them. I don't remember what we used. What are we looking for? Rain and ice on a Vanguard. Rain and ice, rain and ice. Rain and ice. I am up a bit early, so I actually passed out last night. Woke up at 5. Lancelot is weak to monster, but she does have rain. I don't see her being that good. She wasn't that good against Tensho. But if you have her, try her maybe. Monster. Where's that little girl? Incognito Oda is weak to monster, never mind. Sasuke is strong to monster. She does have water. I don't know if anyone ever used her at all against Tensho, but, you know, she's there. I don't know if he's, like, neutral to dark or anything like that. I don't remember. Valkyrie is weak to monster. Very sad to see. I don't know how good her Aurora would be, but she's weak to monster, so I wouldn't even try it. Venus is also weak to monster. All the Venus's Aqua Needle would have been nice, but they're all just weak to monster. That kind of sucks. Hopefully he's gonna be like neutral to fire in a way. But yeah. I do know that I would use Leviathan to get some extra hits in on him if I got knocked out or whatever with her Oratio. That is something I would do. He's also very, very, very laggy. Like, if you were lagging during Tensho, Purgatory, or Lucifer, Gakuhoe's on a whole other level because of his wind effects. So, when you fight that, there's none of this wearing 6 wings and a flowing dress and shit. You go in there naked. Hey, Easy, how you doing? Gakuhoe Purgatory is coming either this next week or the week after. So be prepared for that. Stock up on energy restores. He's weak to he has mountain and wind. He's weak to rain and ice. So, what are my opinions about the new Vanguard? I think he's decent. I think he's strong. I think Cyberstep needs to stop making mountain Vanguards, because we used to have like no mountain Vanguards except for like Azura and like odd other cases, and then we got like Keiji, Fumakotaro, Honda, and now this guy. And if you've gotten like any of like the past 3 really good Vanguards, even Shikibu has some mountain. They released him, who is also mountain and holy, and holy doesn't really have a lot of enemies, like matchups. Like most things, like I don't even know what's weak to holy anymore. Like, it's really like dark is always like what we use, but like what is weak to holy? Like, I don't, like, nothing like meta relevant. Like, the flies in Chaos Dungeon are weak to holy, but they're also weak to fire. Like, it's so rare to find, like, holy is just like not prevalent, like, in what we do. I'm trying to think, like, mountain and holy, like, where are those used for? Like, if you're struggling with Ahriman, he's awesome. Like, if they release, like, Logos Ahriman Purg, he'll be amazing. He'll be fantastic. He could probably beat the shit out of Blitz Tiamat as well. But who doesn't beat the shit out of Blitz Tiamat? So, there's that. It's just, he's also good to monster, and he works like KG, but it's just, I personally believe KG's better mechanically, because KG just has like 3 different elements, or he has like 2, and his mount form isn't really a mount form, it's just like a power up. I think if people want him, they should go for him, but he's not my cup of tea. You know, I don't even think these achievements reset. I'm running these dungeons for no reason. I already ran this stuff today. Oh, I see. Okay. See, I'm so confused, like, when days change. Now that I'm getting up early. True. Yeah. If you're a sword user, that accessory is that is OPAF. His accessory's like goddamn awesome. If you're a sword user, get that accessory. If you get them along the way, great. That's probably the best approach, but as a Vanguard, it's just like, I have Honda and I have KG. You can't sell me a Mountain Vanguard. I don't care. Like, unless her tits reach her, like, chest rib cage at the bottom, like, I don't know, man. And I'm talking, like, full circumference, like, I don't think you can do it. So I'm just gonna burn through my energy now. But yeah, Purg is coming. Yeah, that's not even back. I should have known. Endless cops. That's gonna ruin my tempo. Because I ran one of the other dungeons, so now I have like more of one drop than another. Dang. Can't skip cutscenes anymore. You can like skip like half of them, it's weird. You can skip the mirror, but you can't skip the, or no, you can skip Gankubi, but you can't skip the mirror. What do I put on for KG if you have a 2-scroll? Horse mag. Generally this. In terms of KG, just in general, like, I have Kodonoa mags, so Kodonoa mags give me wind and fire, so that's 2 of the elements, and then you can use like, it depends, if you know what you're fighting, you're obviously not going to just wear this all the time. Like, if you're fighting things weak to fire, you're going to wear fire mags. If you're going to go fight things weak to wind, you're going to wear wind mags. If you're going to fight things weak to mountain, you're going to wear mountain mags. So, but generally, like, unless you're not using fire, you can just wear Incredible Winds mags, the horse mag. Also, like, the Gakuhoe Purg mag also mashes up perfectly with 2 of KG's elements, so it does have a lot of utility if you have her, for sure. Wind and mountain. But yeah, Fujin mags are really good for KG. If you are Sword and you have Sword Tempest, then you already have your fire for her as well. But if you have access to Kotonoa Reduxes, it's definitely these 2 mags for KG. Either like 2 or 3 of them. Or a Chiami. Like, you can wear, like, if I had like a Kotonoa and the Incredible Winds, and I put a Chiami here, and I wear like a Senryu, like, that would be perfect. That would be the perfect setup. Because then you get healing. Although you don't really need the healing if you can turn into a mount, so there's that. Okay. So let's burn off this energy. I think we gotta do like 80 runs of this to get the mag powders. So make sure you do that. I'm pretty sure you can fight him with the all weapon, it's just he doesn't die as fast. I also realized that you can just look at the mini-map and it'll tell you where the little head is. I like just realized that last night. I was like, oh, I can look at the mini-map. Oh yeah? Did they mention how one of them is a man and one of them is a girl? I've seen Yellen fight, like she looks really fun. Like her combos are like cool looking. Oh, that's the 30, so I'm like halfway done. I need to do more. A drop. I get like a drop boost every day. Why would you give me a drop? Ayato would be a lot better if like his R2 like went to every other character. Like if he was just like press R2, switch character, and it was just every time you attacked like his water went off, that'd be cool. That's a cool looking weapon. Oh yeah, what were we talking about? I brought up the Grace, but I never really went into it. Because like the Grace is a weapon with the exact same elements as Gakuhoe. So like personally for me, my Gakuhoe weapon would look exactly like this. I don't know if I'm going to keep the Ogi on it or not. But generally like it's going to have like... I'd love it to look exactly like this. Like 2 Stone Spires, 1 Whirlwind Thrust, because Whirlwind Thrust replaces itself. You don't need multiple wind skills on Spear. Then Whirlwind Thrust Sublime, and then Horyu Wind 7. Like, it's literally just gonna look exactly like this. It's gonna be better. So like for comparison's sake between Grace and Revolutions, the Grace's damage multipliers of 1 at a rate of 15%. So the Revolutions is gonna have twice the proc rate for the multipliers as the Grace. So 2 times. The Grace gives you 10% attack for 130 or more, gives you 70 skill force, and then if your HP is over 70 or more, you get another 30 skill force, so 100 skill force over 70%, gives you 40 to the physical element, whereas the Revolutions gives you 50, and then it gives you 60 to mountain and wind, whereas the Revolutions is going to give you like 20, it's going to give you 20 more, so 80. It's still negative impact, negative 50 rain, negative 50 lightning, so less than negatives, and it also gives you 10 crit. And then if your HP goes under half, you lose 6% of your attack. Okay, looking at this, yeah, the Revolutions is damn near like better than a Grace in every single way. Because if you go under half on a Revolutions, you just lose 20 crit, but you gain like all the defense in the world. It's more attack. Like realistically, they're gonna have the exact same attack values. So with a Grace, I got 50k with these Miyamotos. Like I don't have accessories right now. I'm wearing Miyamotos. So I have 50k with a Grace with the same build, and then with a Tenryu, I have 59. If I were to actually switch to Toshi's, just because defense cap is oh, that's a smart idea. I didn't think of that. Okay. So, like, with Toshis. I have 62 420 with the Grace with this build, and then with the Revolutions I have 73,000. So the Revolutions is stronger by almost by 11,000 attack. So the Revolutions is 11,000 more attack, more element, more multipliers. It is definitely like a case of a Charmeleon to a Charizard. Like, it's a direct evolution. Yeah, it's usable. Yeah, it's decent. It's just the Revolution's gonna be way better. Like, if you already had a Grace, like, I think you wouldn't really need it. You wouldn't have a need to have like 2 of the weapons, 2 Evolutions of Gakuhoe, just because if you have a Grace, whatever. But yeah, like, it's a nice one. Like, it's really popular. Like, there's gonna be a lot more people going for this than there would Tensho. Because wind and mountain are very rare elements. Like, you only find them on the Grace, on the Chaos weapon, on the Frozen Fortune, which most people don't have access to. So, like, the people that are gonna really want this weapon, like, Swords have their wind. Like, if you have wind sublimes, like, Sword just got Tornado Drop, not Tornado Drop, but Verdant Storm Sublime, which is a nice skill. If you have Log Rumble Sublime, it can go right on that weapon. If you plan to use the Ogi from Purg, it can go right on that weapon. I'm gonna have to see if the Ogi hits in the air. If the Ogi hits in the air, I might leave it on. If it doesn't, then oh no. But from what I can tell, what my experience, like the Tenryu Flame 7, Gakuhoe Flame 7, or Horyu, whatever it's called, those do well on the weapons. Like, on their own weapons, they function so well. On other stuff, they're not as good. Kind of why, like, on my first Revolutions, I have the Tenryu Pillar it came with, and then Tenryu Flame, and then the second one I gave it more specific stuff. My Fire Sublime and Judgment Cross, for example, the same basic skills, because I don't have Holy. So generally, like, I would make mine just a direct upgrade to this weapon. If I could make it look exactly like this, I would. Stone Spire, Whirlwind Thrust 7, because as we were saying, Whirlwind Thrust is like the best move I have, and it has so little cooldown. You should never double up on Whirlwind Thrust or Wind Thrust or anything. My problem is I probably don't have any at all. I probably don't have any stored up, so next Monday I might run some skill card dungeon. We'll see. But that's energy. Like, I don't want to waste energy on that. I could do that later. I'd rather save energy for what matters. Yeah. So, like, the Grace kind of compares. What it comes down to is the damage you deal with it. Like, if I use the Grace and it was like damage cap every tick of Whirlwind Thrust, it's like, well, it wouldn't matter. But it's not. That's not the case unless you use like a support like Kotonoha, Aoi, and get wind and just go ham. That's just not the case. Well, I was thinking of one thing earlier. I have to change these accessories back to Musashi. Because I'll forget and run an event and be like, why aren't I getting dropped? What was I thinking about? The not Redux, not Fusion Bear. Yeah, Fusion Bear is negative mountain plus wind. Frozen Hell, are you negative mountain? Because I feel like you are. They are? Oh no! Okay, so bear in mind that against Gakuhoe, if you want to use Frozen Hells, you're going to be negative mountain. So bear that in mind. It kind of makes the Frozen Fortune a good choice if you... But that's a mountain weapon, so never mind. Don't even think about that for a minute. Yeah, like if you plan to use Frozen Hells for your Icicle Punishment or your Ice Mags or whatever, bear in mind that they are negative mountain and should not be trusted. Like you'll take increased damage. Lightning Scorched, however, is 40 ice and Oh no, it's negative mountain. It is. I thought it was plus mountain. It's not. And then incredible winds is plus mountain, negative ice. Right. So if you wanted to build yourself defensively, you'd have to use I don't even know what you'd do. Because I tend to build myself defensively to fight the Dragon Arcs. Like, Tensho was pretty simple to do that. I think I was just using, like, I think I just used an Incredible Winds. And I think I was using, like, this build exactly, like, with a Chiami instead. But it wouldn't be a bad idea to have, like, something like that. Yeah. I mean, getting run over gets you run over. Like, that's all there is to it. Um, yeah. I'm not too worried about Gakuhoe. Like, the biggest problem Gakuhoe is gonna have is if you're on PS4. If you're on vanilla PS4, that is literally like the biggest struggle Gakuhoe is gonna present itself. Like, that's pretty much how it's gonna go. I think it's gonna be fun. I do think it's going to be a fun time. I just can't think of what mags I'm gonna wear. Oh, I can wear my Cielo because I'm not negative holy. Like, it doesn't matter. So I might just wear my Cielo for crit. Oh wait, this is the wrong Cielo. What the fuck is that? That's garbage. Fuck, I gotta redo them rolls, man. That's so gross. Fuck. That's bad rolls. There we go. Wait, what's this one? Okay, I have like 3 of these fucking things. Fuck, I tried that on all of them and like none of them came out right. Damn. Okay. Yeah, so I'll probably end up using a Cielo and then is Cielo Pierce? Fuck, if Cielo was Pierce, it'd be so good. Anyway, I'll probably end up using Cielo, Coats and Noahs, see how they go. I do have a double ice Chiami. Aosame bullshit. you just like, I don't remember Gakuhoe going in weird directions. I was only Aosame I'd ever seen like, what the fuck? Like, I think Gakuhoe plays by the rules of Tensho. He just goes in like a straight. Aosame just cheats. My build's probably gonna be like Cielo Mag, and then it's gonna be like, I might just run Cielo and Incredible Winds for defense, and then I have a double ice Chiami I'm probably gonna wear, and then I'll go from there. Generally, my chocolate build essentially. Yeah, he does. He's fucking annoying. Oh my god, yeah, the crystal phase, you just get hit by Kamaitachis. Like, you can't just, it's not like the ground exploding, it's just like he targets you and you're getting hit by Kamaitachis. So you need to have like not negative wind. That's a good mag, fuck. I think I got that from Lyra. Fire and lightning, no. I have a double mountain? Not bad. Yeah, that one there. I'm probably going to end up using that Chiami with a 53 ice on it. And then that'll be like my damage thingy. And then I'll need something else. Yeah, Icicle Punishment's definitely going to be... it's probably going to be the better element to use. For sure. I'm trying to think about what baby mag I'm gonna wear. An ornamented gray dog wouldn't be bad because it has like wind on it already. I think before I might have used my black kite. I think because black kite as a spear mag has 15 wind on it, and I have a double crit force one. But I also have one with like double rain. I don't know what I have for black kites, actually. Like, if I had an ice black kite, I'd love to use it. Because if I can get the ice from, like, Heavenly Rolls, I guarantee I don't have that at all. I have a crit force one and I have a rain one. But that's assuming I can even... I could, actually. I'm probably just going to wear Senryu. Let's be real here. Let's be real. I'm just going to use Senryu. Like, fuck. Yeah, it's probably going to be, like, Incredible Winds, CLO, and then, Senryu. $250 offensive and 250 resistance? Well, I mean... When you hit 250, like, every time you have offense, you have defense. It's just, you don't usually use it to fight the thing you're fighting. Like, if you have a bunch of fire, like, why are you building fire to fight a fire guy, right? You know what I mean? Like, it's just, like, why would that happen? Hey, we got a like on the video. Thanks, guys. I'm just trying to look at the live chat. I don't know why I can't. I can't see it. I guess I gotta open it on YouTube. There we go. Yeah, like, the main thing is, like, well, it's either, do you want consistent results, or do you want to try and go fast, but if the slightest breeze touches your ankle, you die? Like, generally, that's how a lot of things go, like, with what, whose horse is this? Just running. How could it have been mine? Oh, it was KG. Exactly. Yeah. Having both elements. Like, that would be a scenario where you were wearing, like, full Tensho build, and you were fighting an enemy weak to fire, but they fought you with Holy. Like, that would be that scenario. Or if you fought an enemy weak to water, but they hit you with lightning and you had Osame. Or if you fought an enemy that was weak to mountain, but they hit you with wind, essentially. That would be that scenario there. You would just take nothing. You would just take nothing for damage. Okay. I gotta run more headless cops. Yeah. Like, I mean, the Kodonoa mags were like, you can have your cake and eat it too. Like, they're complete... They were completely like a power creep step above, because they'd allow you to have like 120 to 3 elements with having no drawback, plus your weapon, plus your Vanguard. Like, that's and that's why they're so good. It's just because they have no drawbacks. Like, the best drawback to have is being negative to something the boss doesn't hit you with, which is why I plan on using Cielo. Hit him. Oh, he's already going into death mode. I do know that, from what I'm feeling, most of the people I ran Tensho with probably won't be running Gakuhoe because of just real life circumstances and things like that. So, we'll see how that goes. For me, I'm probably, like, just getting the weapon. I don't see myself getting the mag. I mean, not even, no. Kodonoas are 51 chakra. They're lower than a Tempest. Like, for those of us who, like, understood the meta of 55 chakra on 3 mags and then a nice 4th mag, having a Magatama, like, we didn't ornament Tempest, and that's what we did. Like, for those of us who live that meta, when we got Kotonoas that were 51 chakra, which allowed you to do 2 faded, so you actually had crit, like, it was just, whoa. Like, you can have crit, or, well, I mean, you wouldn't really ornament them for element. I mean, you could if you're just a madman with a lot of money, but, and just re-rolling it for heavenly, but 51 chakra, yeah. Let's go. Like, the Revolutions mags, like I was saying earlier, I will triple faded them. I will triple faded those, put them 56, I don't care. 56, 56, 56, I'm 140, I can afford to do that. Like, I've gained 4 chakra. I can wear 3 of those and do what I gotta do, or what. Well, not 3, but at least 2. Right, and that was the drawback. Well, it wasn't the drawback, it was the price you paid. Like, realistically, you did not have to wear 3 Tempests. Like, that was not the point. That, like, the 2, I mean, yeah, you'd go under half, but I'd rather let the enemy do that to me than me do it to me. But yeah, like, generally, like, with Tempest, like, before, it was like, you wore 2, and then you wore 2 Tempests, and then you could wear whatever you want, like Chiami, and then a 4th mag. Like, that's generally the build we see nowadays. Because Vanguards give skill force, players, weapons give skill force. Like, it's not that big a deal. Okay, where's this little guy at? Over there. But yeah, I'm excited for it. I'm glad it's not like Levin Lance, like probably the least desired one of all. Like, cause this weapon's like Mountain, it's better than Levin. Aosame has lightning, it's better than Levin. That was pretty good, 57 seconds. Not bad. I'm excited to see. I'm excited to see who comes out for the first Purg of the spring. Like, how many Purgs we had this year? Like, Lucifer, Tensho, and that's it? Like, we had, like, 2 months without a Purg? So, people are fully restocked. They're itching to go. Should be interesting. Like I said, I'm going to be using Sugamo. I don't know if I'm going to be first aiding or not. Depends, like, on the crew I'm with. If they want to wait 2 minutes, by all means. If they don't, then that's great too. I mean, if Honda can even work better than Sugamo, but I know that Sugamo works, so. I've never seen him move this much. Why is it in the middle? I've never really seen that. So this is like my last run with the energy I have. So after this run, I'll probably get off and the stream and stuff. But in the comments, let me know what Vanguards you guys plan to use against this. Are you going for the Ogi? Are you going for the weapon? Are you going for the mag? Like, what are you doing? Like, what are you guys thinking? Like, is it going to be another just beep beep, get in my Honda, get out of the way, here comes the truck of peace? Or is it going to be like fire KGs going at it? Is it going to be Sugamo? Like, what do you guys got cooking? Let me know in the comments. I want to hear people's battle plans, their strategies, especially if you're Oni mode. Oni mode, I'm pretty sure it's just like Ice Cold Punishment, Ice Cold Punishment, Ice Cold Punishment, Meditation, Ice Cold Punishment, Ice Cold Punishment, slip in the odd, Ice Dragon Spiral, Ice Cold Punishment, Ice Cold Punishment, Meditation, Ice Cold Punishment, Ice Cold... Like, I imagine it's going to go like that, destroy the crystals, Ice Cold Punishment, Ice Cold Punishment. Like, it's going to be like that. It's going to be a lot of IP. And I know a lot of people that do have Ice Cold Punishment are going to be using it. Like, why wouldn't they? So, that'll be fun. Like, I'd like to see... I'd like to see a group of like 3 or 4 spears just backstrike and just brrrr. Yeah, for sure. The accessories for sword, for sure. I hope you get them. They were definitely worth. So weapon wise, ooh, I gotta look at that. Real quick. Why do I have this grace on? Revolt. What are you negative? You are negative 40 mountain? That's not the end of the world. Okay. I'm probably going to end up going in there with... I don't have Ice Cold Punishment on my Frozen Fortune anymore. So I won't be using that. Wait, I sorted by attack, right? Oh, I was about to say. Ah, Despina. Will I use Despina? Maybe. If I go in with my Incredible Winds, it does have 60 rain on it, so I could get away with bringing Despina. And, but if I'm going for, I mean, yeah, but wearing Incredible Winds is negative ice, is it not? Yeah, well, yeah, it kind of fucks with me. I want to wear it for the defensive power, but it depends how strong I'm going to be with my other mags. I'm definitely bringing the Frozen Shadow. Frozen Shadow, and it depends what I'm going for. Really, it's gonna come down to what works, what doesn't work. What is that? The Hangman. This is Negative Mountain, isn't it? It's wind, but it's Negative Mountain, right? Or is it Negative Lightning? I don't remember. Wind. Oh, it's Negative Mountain, Negative Lightning. Okay. Yeah, that doesn't help. It's really hard to build defensively for this thing. But it's... Ooh, the Frozen Shadow is Negative Mountain, isn't it? That's its, like, only negative, isn't it? Frozen Shadow, negative 100 Mountain. God damn. Okay. That's gonna be interesting. I mean, if you IP, you don't get hit, but it's gonna be interesting to see how that defense rolls over. Yeah, for sure, actually. Anyway, I'll see you guys next time. We'll see how it goes. Actually, I'll definitely be streaming it when it goes out. We'll try to get into parties and run and have a good time. And we'll see how that goes. Well, that's my stone basket. I did 10 runs today. Cool. There'll be lots of theory crafting and the things to think about. I'm definitely probably gonna have that ice Chiami, the Cielo. I don't know if I want that. It's kind of counterintuitive. I don't know what I'm gonna do because everything that I have that's ice is like negative mountain. Like the horse mags are ice, negative mountain. The ones that are ice are negative mountain. The ones that are negative mountain are ice. So there's the abyss right there. I don't really ever catch that on stream, but that's the abyss purg weapon. It's gone. I think that's the Lucifer purg sword. No, that's the Tiamat. I honestly always think the Tiamat sword is something else. But anyway, so I'll see you guys next time. We'll figure out the build when we get there. Water and ice. Water and ice. Probably just gonna be a lot of IP. I'll say that. Alright. Thanks for watching. Thanks for commenting. We'll see you next time. Leave some comments on your thoughts. And we'll see you then. Good luck on your rolls if you're going for anything, and we'll see you. That was an hour? Wow, it didn't feel like an hour.